There's one issue that will define the contours of this century more dramatically than any other, and that is the urgent and growing threat of a changing climate.
Now, there's a new report that finds that several severe weather situations across the globe last year are, quote, largely attributable to man-made climate change. This report states that major heat waves in Australia, Korea, Japan, and Europe were all a result of global warming.
Every day that dawns, the driving force of climate change gathers pace, and we are responsible. Those are the facts, such as the near-unanimous verdict of climate science. And the effects, they say, can be seen all around us.
Oh my gosh!
It's another killer tornado!
But there has been next to no progress on international efforts to slow the process down.
This dry and dusty sand is all that remains of Karyamakuju Kauta's maize and vegetable field.
We are hungry. That is the impact of the drought. That is what we can see. People are hungry. People are dying.
She now has just 1 week's supply of maize remaining. After that, she's not sure how she will find food to feed her family. Karyamakuju's dire situation is the result of the worst drought Namibia has experienced in 30 years. An estimated 780,000 Namibians, or a third of the population, are now severely or moderately food insecure.
According to the new Living Planet Index, populations of mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians and fish have declined by an average of 52%. In Ghana alone, the lion population in one reserve fell by 90%, while populations of freshwater species have fallen by a staggering 76% in the last 4 decades. The index tracked more than 10,000 species from 1970 to 2010. The report blames human activity for the alarming drop in numbers, with habitats destroyed more quickly than they can be replaced.
A record number of Pacific walruses are coming ashore in Alaska, an unusual phenomenon being connected with climate change.
When it comes to animal pictures going viral on the web, the homely walrus hasn't been at the top of the list. But put 35,000 walruses together on a beach in Alaska, and that's a different story. These images, the largest gathering of Pacific walruses ever recorded, has indeed done just that. These walruses have been the stars of the internet. The U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration spotted them last weekend during its annual survey of marine mammals. The location is near Point Lay, Alaska, on the shores of the Chukchi Sea. Scientists say a loss of sea ice is a big part of the reason the walruses are hauling out. That's the term used to describe their moving onto land.
The state of the planet's wildlife has been laid bare today. A new report by the Worldwide Fund says global wildlife population have more than halved since 1970. WWF says populations of mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians and fish have declined on average by 52%. Then it goes on to say that animals living in rivers, be it rivers, lakes, wetlands, are probably the worst affected, with 76% of the freshwater wildlife disappearing over that 40-year period. The WWF says that almost the entire decline is down to us, human activity and our demands, be it through habitat loss, deforestation, overfishing and hunting. Now, the fall in wildlife seems to be worse in less developed and poorer countries, be it East Asia and parts of Africa. But perhaps the most affected, says WWF, is Latin America, with 83% of wildlife lost in those 40 years. Now, in terms of the animals impacted, the WWF says many of them are currently facing a double whammy.